since LEGO X-Men is criminally underrepresented. Today we're going to be crafting 2 LEGO X-Men collectible minifigure series.
Not only do we have a top 12 for the heroes, but we have top 12 villains. And we're going to break down all of these amazing figures that hopefully LEGO will one day make.
We did try to choose characters that would lend well to a CMF, as well as characters that haven't been represented in LEGO yet. Let's start with the protagonist first, Daniel Awa, the good guys. Who is our first pick?
Kurt Wagner or Nightcrawler. This is just a fan favorite character. I don't know of any Marvel fan who would not want a Nightcrawler minifigure. He's even been teased before in this promotional image.
Well, I do think he may need a unique hairpiece head mold with the devilish pointed ears, possibly. They do have that in the promo image. The promo image is kind of cooked, though, I'm not going to lie. It looks a little off. I think they could do much better. He would need that devilish tail piece mold as well. I'm not sure. Do we already have that in the D&D?
We don't have one with a kind of a spike on the end like that. It would be awesome. We do have a lot of head pieces with ears on them, but they're not blue.
Our second pick will be Jubilation Lee. Jubilee is overdue. A fan favorite character, classic character, a big character, especially for 90s series watchers. She's like in the first episode of the 90s series. And we do get a cool rendition of her in LEGO Fortnite, which looks pretty much flawless. If she could get a head mold like that, we will be eating very, very good.
Some of these would be so perfect and easy to do in a collectible minifig series. We've seen just recently with the Spider-Verse CMF that they did some really crazy dual molded hair and head pieces. So there's absolutely no question that they could do this.
Next, we have Sunfire. I don't know how significant he is to, he's not the AA tier of significance of X-Men protagonists, but I have always loved his design. He is a very classic character. Tell me that his mask wouldn't make such a cool helmet piece in LEGO form.
For sure, 100%, because, I don't know, there's something very distinctive. It's almost like Monkey Kid-ish to it. Maybe that's just me. Just kind of the aquatic fishiness. Oh, it's very kind of like Prince Kalmar, Ninjago coded in a way.
Like, you're just saying that because it's ketchup and mustard. Like, you're thinking of Monkey Kid. And plus, that's all you could think about is Monkey Kid. It's at the top of your frontal lobe at any given second. No, but he'll be really cool. I think he kind of took the cake over some other ones. Like, we were considering Warpath, who would have been awesome. Considering X-23, who would be awesome. But they wouldn't have that kind of unique mold. They would have dope printing, especially classic Warpath. But Sunfire, I think, would really benefit from that CMF, which is kind of ironic for the next one that we're going to.
Yeah, the next is Morph, and in his regular kind of non-transformed form, he is pretty basic, just with a leather jacket. But the head would look cool. I think having that kind of like very plain, washed out head would be very interesting. You could have a swappable head with kind of his Mr. Sinister possessed version, or what would be even cooler is if he had some other detachable parts, different head or legs or arms or whatever, that show him actually transforming into someone else with crazier appendages.
Yeah, I think that's how you could take advantage of the CMF quality, is have him transforming somehow. In 5th place, we have Cable, one of the most aura, dopest designed Marvel characters in history. But he is also very important, being Cyclops' son. Spoilers, who wouldn't kill for this minifigure?
I think the actual LEGO Fortnite minifigure is pretty good. I don't think it quite captures his size and the heft that he has and kind of the detailing everywhere. But it's okay. I think they could add a lot more to make him kind of have that presence that he would have.
I think it's that armor piece they gave him as that pre-existing LEGO armor piece in Fortnite. He needs a new custom one, and he could get one of CMF with sort of like Cyborg Spider-Woman, where it's coming out one side, maybe some extending down to the torso as well with the straps blending in it. He needs to be bulked up a little bit.
Next is Methuselah's favorite Marvel Rivals playable character, Magic Ileana. This would be very interesting LEGO minifigure. I think the coolest part would be the hair with her kind of like headdress looking thing and the sword, kind of a giant magic Buster Sword almost looking thing.
Well, it's a shoe-in for CMF because, yeah, you kind of need dual molded arms in some outfits. You need dual molded legs in some outfits. But you could get 2 unique molds here. We need that Soul Sword in LEGO immediately. Like, fan favorite X-Men character, gorgeous, amazing. Okay, sorry. Yes, Magic would be a shoo-in.
And some of these just really wouldn't work as well as regular generic LEGO Marvel minifigures, kind of this bog standard style that they always do.
Well, you're right, because like Gambit, he looks great. Bishop looks great, but if they got that CMF, more dual molding, more side printing, it would have been a whole nother level. Next up, we have Magic's brother, Colossus. Yeah, you may disagree with this one because you can't really have a big fig in a collectible minifig series. So, but seeing him in Fortnite, he actually works pretty well as a standardized minifigure. I get like he's much taller and bigger, closer to Hulk height, size. I wouldn't mind this minifig though, Daniel. I mean, like when you look at the big fig from the video game, he looks a little bit cursed. I'm not gonna lie.
They would definitely need to find a better middle ground between these, but I don't know. With this guy, I feel like you'd need to give him something to give those pecs some presence, because look at the minifigure, he just has this like trapezoidal body like all minifigures do. But in the comics and in the shows, that trapezoid is upside down. He is so wide, and so they would just really need to do something to capture that better, like Axel type minifigure or something.
Yeah, honestly, they need to flip the minifig torso upside down because, yeah, his shoulder to waist ratio is at peak male performance.
And number 8 spot is Kitty Pryde. I think the figure itself wouldn't necessarily be the most complex. She's an important X-Men character.
Yeah, for sure, her body would be pretty basic, but not every CMF can have all maxed out minifigs. Well, unless you're the Spider-Verse one. But still, they have some that don't have side leg printing and don't have sidearm printing. So this would be a great excuse to get Lockheed, her dragon companion, in a potential unique mold. So even though she has a basic character design, we still need her. Followed up by number 9th place of the protagonist, Angel. And it's kind of hard to decide. So we have Archangel and the antagonist, or Angel and the protagonist. But Angel is one of the first X-Men, period. The original X-Men team. So I'd really love to see a hero version of him. It kind of reminds me of that Dungeons & Dragons eagle with the wings.
If they did him, I would want them to give him the biggest Lego wings that they've ever given anybody, because I mean, he's the Angel. He needs giant wings. And we have a lot of different wing pieces in Lego already, but I think this guy would really be done justice if he had ginormous wings. Next in number 10th spot is Psylocke. She would be a really cool design as a minifig. We have seen this in Lego Fortnite already, and they captured it pretty well. I think the hair with the purple highlights is really nice. A lot of the detailing on the arms and legs is pretty good. Maybe they could have done dual molded legs, because when I think of Psylocke, I definitely think more of this kind of Avengers Alliance looking design.
Yeah, and I think the Fortnite skin definitely took liberties to try to make it a little bit more modest for the Fortnite game. In minifig form, it would still look okay if she's in her classic leotard, which I think, like you said, is the most iconic. But the Fortnite skin did really cool with the bands on the arms and the legs. So with that CMF quality, she'd get that wraparound printing on the legs, or the side leg printing on the legs. Would she need a cloth waist piece? Maybe. The printing doesn't look bad. She probably needs all purple hair. We need Psylocke, and I guess this is 2 female sword blade users on our list, but they're definitely very different. The Soul Sword is like a big buster sword. This is more of a katana, and they're just dope female X-Men characters. Can you blame us? Next, we have Forge. Daniel Leo and I are kind of biased towards the 90s series and X-Men 97, where he does have pretty prominent roles in both Days of Future Past and in the new 97 series. I think he would be great for a CMF. Again, you'll get the dual molded arms, the dual molded legs, but he has a robotic leg printing. You kind of do Echo style if you want, or just have one leg dual molded differently than the other leg, or even tri molded, because look, it goes from metal to blue to the boot. He needs the full Link treatment, bro.
Yeah, no one will ever get the Young Link treatment again. Forge is awesome. Like, I don't think we've really seen any hair headband piece quite like this, and that would be really unique to get, and pretty versatile, I'd say, too. For an accessory, he could have any number of different gadgets, machines, weapons, because he's the maker. Well, he's not the maker, but he is the inventor. You know, he makes all this cool, crazy stuff, and it'd be awesome to see that too as an accessory.
Why are we even hypothesizing about this? Like, it's not even gonna happen. We're having fun. We're having fun, right?
That's all this is, because these are the types of conversations Methuselah and I just have anyway. Like, man, what are the characters that we would love to see in Lego? Like the next one, Warlock. I would love to see a Warlock minifigure, because they would have to do so many new things. A totally new print for his torso, leg, arms, everything, and the craziest hair head mold ever. Like, man, I would love this. I don't know how they do it without making it super fragile. Kind of like Spider-Punk, but instead of dreads, it would just all be like straight out.
Gosh, I would love to see what they could do with Lego minifigure on this. What his arms would be. Would they be different arm molds, different leg molds? Like, it would look amazing, like close to the White Vision and Spider Bite levels of highly detailed technologic printing. And I get it's a little bit more obscure It's definitely a biased personal pick because I've always loved his design. Daniel Lewa, like, look at this. It's fun sometimes in the CMF to have a little bit obscure characters. So we're thinking about this, Leech, etc. for some of the fun ones. And you might be thinking, yeah, why don't you have Havoc or X-23 on here? I want every X-Man villain, but this would take advantage of that CMF treatment very, very well. That's the 12 of protagonists.
I think there are a lot of really cool ones on here. Yeah, maybe we're biased. Let us know, please, what you would change or add to the protagonist X-Men lineup. Maybe there are some ones that people wouldn't want to pick up as much, like Morph, but depending on how cool of like attachments or accessories they did with him, I think that would be a cool one. But pretty much all the other ones, I could see people really wanting all of them.
Yeah, a couple honorable mentions for the pro tags, like I mentioned X-23 Havoc. Sunspot is really cool, especially if he's in his powered up form. That would look super dope as a minifigure somehow. Phoenix I really want as well. Like, we do have Jean Grey, but an actual Phoenix costume. I know we had a Comic-Con one, but I didn't know if put her like Dark Phoenix in the villains or Phoenix in the pro tags. But of course, we'd want her. Dazzler, super dope. Warpath, super dope. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other honorable mentions I'm missing, but these are specific ones that came to mind.
Gladiator.
Honestly, any X-Men character. So put your favorite X-Men characters, especially if we missed them, down to comments. But let's go to the villain side of things, because this is where things get even more awesome. Because we know that the villains are the best part of comics, right?
Oh yeah, and X-Men even more so, because for some reason they get some of the coolest designs for their villains.
X-Men just has this flavor. Like comics do in Jump, X-Men has this flamboyance and this flavor in their art and in their character design. Number one for the villains top 12. We had to go with Apocalypse. We just had to. And it will be okay because he can get huge. He can go to any proportion, really. I'm sure there's a limit, but he can change his size at will. So him being at a minifig scale would be completely fine. He could be a minifig, big fig, or even a giant buildable set. But seeing him in a minifig, I think would completely work. He's going to need new armor molds. He's going to need something, bro.
They really would just need to develop a brand new piece. They really should, outside of a CMF or whatever, a new piece for all of these bulky, seemingly roided up, just like ginormous, huge Marvel characters or DC characters. Just like these giant, swole guys that could really benefit from just some very, very large large shoulders. The minifig does not do it justice, and adding just a little shoulder pad armor also just doesn't do it justice. So if they do end up doing any sort of Apocalypse, Dark Side, whatever, then they would need this kind of thing.
There Daniel Lewa goes on yet another Lego Marvel rant, but we're going to keep it pushing because time is of the essence. Next up, second pick is Mystique. Man, we had like two of the top two essential ones first up here. Mystique, wow. And Lego Fortnite, again, did a really good job with her figure, not gonna lie. And they need to do this where the skulls on her belt and on her forehead are minifigurized skulls. Amazing. But honestly, any of our Marvel minifigures that we already own could be Mystique already, if you think about it.
Oh, you're right. They could even do just like the all blue Mystique. I do like this Mystique a lot better with the red hair and the white outfit. The contrast is just so much nicer. But any Mystique would be good.
No, don't even talk about the Fox Mystique. Nope. No, thank you. That's not real. That's fake. The Fox movies are fake. They're not X-Men. Like, look at all this flavor on this list. Like, does this look like the Fox movies to you, bro?
But she was Katniss.
Oh my
Girl
gosh.
on fire. Next is Omega Red. Oh my gosh. Talk about a giant chunky character. Gave him these little like shoulder pad armor things in the Marvel special, like Code Red. There's just something lost. And I know it's like the Funko Pop treatment where you gotta smush characters down into the standardized format. Some people just aren't given as much justice. We're putting him on this CMF list. One, because he's an important character. Two, they just need to make some of these giant cool pieces, including his giant metal tentacle things.
You're talking about him like he's the Hulk, bro. Like, he is definitely muscular. I get what you're saying, but I think he could 100% work in a minifig format with armor pieces. And you're also right that his signature metal tentacles coming out of his wrist would have to be the accessory. Emma Frost time. Is this comic cover appropriate? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's actually the most modest one I could actually find out of all her comic covers. I'm sorry. It literally was. Fortnite did a pretty good rendition. I don't love all the silver on the Emma Frost minifigure. I prefer her to be the white queen and have pure white. X-Men 97 did a great job in the 90s series. This is essential, bro. I'm just imagining this. We need this with our X-Mansion. One of the biggest X-Men characters. She's an essential part to the X-Men mythos. Like, Professor X is like Hope. Magneto's like pessimism and she's like narcissism. It's like the triad. Like, we need her immediately.
In some of the CMFs, they do give a lot of like a secondary figure. So if they did Emma Frost, somehow it would be great if you could make her like the diamond version. Because in Fortnite, and not the Lego version, but just her Fortnite skin, you do have the diamond version. Just like do that in Lego minifigure. That would be immaculate. Next is Bastion. I would probably want to see a lot of his accessories, like just crazy technological weaponry or armor that he has in the show when he's like in the fully powered up mode. But even in this basic form, it's pretty clean.
Yeah, even if he was just the standard figure, when he could even have plain black legs in this standard form, but as long as he had the glowing eyes to represent his technologic side, I would still kill for it. Speaking of Sentinels, we have Nimrod. Yeah, like we can't really do the standard Sentinel because it's so big and tall, but Nimrod is the future version of the Sentinels that is a lot more advanced, a lot more efficient. So it's a little bit smaller. It could maybe work in minifig form. Now that I'm thinking about it, Daniel, it would probably just have to be a custom big fig type mold or something. Wait, how would they do this in minifigure form?
They'd have to just have crazy armor, some sort of Chewbacca piece that covers the entire torso to make it more angular or something. It could be done though.
That would be cool if he's like to scale to your minifigure. So yeah, they would need some definite custom molds. I get chills just thinking about Nimrod in Lego form.
Next is Pyro. This comic cover, yeah, I know he's not the focus. I just thought it was funny with the Blob and Daredevil. But we have seen a Lego version of Pyro before in Lego Marvel Superheroes. He has the Dr. Inferno hair, which actually works pretty well. And the rest of him is pretty nice too. It could be cool to see him in an actual CMF with some sort of backpack with the tubing to make his fire and everything. But otherwise, pretty similar to this one would be cool.
I would prefer that his goggles are molded into his mask because this video game version just doesn't do it for me, bro. It doesn't really look quite like Pyro. He needs those big goggles. If they were molded in, that would be dope. Next, we have a personal favorite of mine. Talk about dope X-Men character designs. Spiral. Mojo's crony. Yes, we need a Mojo also in Lego form at some point. But tell me that this samurai-esque helmet wouldn't be such a dope Lego mold. But not only that, this would go insane because it would be like Stitch to the next dimension because she needs 3 arms. She needs 3 arms on each side. She needs 6 arms, bro. That's her thing.
And then you could put her versus Zorro from One Piece and have the sword fighter battle to end all battles.
Guys, who would win, Spiral or Zorro? I guess it depends where Zorro is in the story. But, oh my gosh, can we please have this? Please, Daniel Lewa, please, can we please have this? Please, Daniel Lewa.
Why don't you just make it, just print it, just get a custom.
How am I going to 3D print triple arms on each side, Val?
Yeah, it'll come out looking like the printed train.
No, but yeah, but some of her arms would need dual molding because some of them have bands, some of them don't. She has like a variety of weapons she could hold in each hand. It would be way too cool as a Lego figure.
Next is Sabretooth. Also a very important X-Men character we've never seen. We have Wolverines galore, but not a Sabretooth in sight. It really would not be that complicated. We even have, fur neck pieces and everything. They just have to put it together in a CMF, give them a little extra polish, and off we go.
It would be cool with the side leg printing, the stripes on the side of the legs, on the arms. Maybe he could have some custom claw accessory like he does in the video game. Possibly a unique hairpiece. Yeah, one of the biggest X-Men villains ever. Wow. Next, we have a little bit less significant of an X-Men villain, but one that would again lend really well to CMF quality, and that is Deathbird. Holy crap. The printing and the molding would just go way too hard on Deathbird. Man, even if they gave her wings, possibly.
Some of these are more extra than others, and I think this one is one of the most extra on this entire list because you could do so much with her. Yeah, they're all very super specific and unique pieces you'd have to do, but we don't complain about that with like the Spider-Verse CMF, so I think this would be just incredible.
Second to last. Now, I think this is kind of our Warlock of the villain side. It would be cool to CMF. It's not the most important villain ever. Is Sauron.
Because it would be an incredibly unique head mold that he could do. You really just need kind of the normal minifig parts for the rest of him, but give him a crazy unique animal, pterodactyl head mold, and ginormous wings. And then you could have like this as the antagonist complement to Angel from the pro tags, and you have just these giant winged creatures. I think this would be a beautiful fig.
Imagine this flying above your X mansion. Wow.
Oh.
And he has like these animalistic legs too, so I wonder if also the eagle from D&D with the kind of inverted special legs could also go hard with him. And our last pick for the villains, who is it?
Mr. Sinister. Oh my gosh. This is my most wanted Marvel minifigure of all time. Am I way off base for saying that, bro?
No.
It's so cool.
He's one of the coolest, if not the coolest X-Men villain.
Yeah, and he would deserve the CMF treatment because he would need all of that cape detailing, all of the molding, all the printing to get the lines for this armor and clothing. Just that. The head would be so striking because it would be like that pale white with the diamond and the dark hair, red eyes.
He's the villain.
He's the villain.
I don't know how they do this cape piece. I mean, I know in the D&D mask figure they have that kind of serrated cape piece, but
Could be like Calendar Man from the Lego Batman movie.
Fair enough. Yeah, why do we have Calendar Man but not Mr. Sinister? Something's backwards here.
When X-Men is back in the forefront of the minds of the masses with the new X-Men saga after Secret Wars, we're bound to see way more Lego X-Men. Like, it's inevitable. Whether or not they're faithful to the comic designs or if they're even worse than the Fox X-Men designs, it remains to be seen. But one can dream that we get a Mr. Sinister as good as this one day.
I mean, at least we got to get a Mr. Sinister mini-mech or something.
I would actually get that.
Like, yeah. the way that Lego makes their decisions, we're going to get a Baby Joey versus Baby Franklin mini-mech battle before we get Mr. Sinister or Apocalypse, anything like that.
Joey. Hey, they could put Baby Joey in the Mr. Sinister mech, and I think people would buy it.
Yeah, who would win, Baby Joey or Mr. Sinister?
Why don't you ever take Marvel seriously, bro? This is serious stuff.
But yeah, we have some honorable mentions. Obviously, I want these big characters like Mojo, Juggernaut, and the Blob. Please. We just didn't put them in here because they would pretty much have to be big figs. Domino is also in Fortnite Lego form. She looks really clean. I want every X-Men villain in Lego form. Strife, Sebastian Shaw, Lady Deathstrike, Goblin Queen, and Exodus. Some honorable mentions. I'm sure there's even more. Toad, maybe.
This is only a small sampling of all of the possible X-Men characters, good and bad and everything in between, that could be in Lego Collectible Minifig series. Let us know which ones you think you would want to see in an X-Men Collectible Minifig series because, let's be honest, there are too many to even count. We would need like 3 or 4 series to even begin to capture all of the important characters. Let's just hope one day Lego realizes that this is what fans really want.
One thing I'm learning with movies and merchandise, it's not about what the diehard fans want, it's about what the masses want. Because honestly, us on Lego YouTube, we are not the majority. We got no grandmas. I mean, we have some grandmas watching. We have no grandmas who are buying sets for little Timmy. They're going to go snatch that Venomized Wolverine off the wall because they know Timmy likes Venom. But like all 24 characters on this list would be much doper than, say, a Venomized Wolverine or XYZ character that we're getting. Okay, I love Venomized Wolverine. All 24 of these would be much more important to have before that.
Yes, 1000%. So let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all of our channel members for making this fun video possible. Who are?
Crap, Daniel's trying to go to sleep.
What?
He's wrapping it up. Okay.
It was a natural ending point.
I'm Lidme, MC Goat, Uncle Michael, Uncle Norman, Oliver J. the Ginger Lender, Shui, Lee, Grandma Susan, Norman Davis, Dr. Dan PhD, Sir Grizz, Richie Rage, Langster Bills, Jaborgus, Mary KJ Jolly, The Brick Patch, Lego Man Cam, and Cesar. What is so funny? What is so funny?
Nothing.
Did I do something silly?
No, I was yawning. I feel bad for our channel members. I'm no disrespect, man.
Hey, if you become a channel member, you're going to help put down Leo to sleep. He don't care if you're a channel member.
We love you. We're grateful for you, channel members.
I think we have to stop. I think we have to stop doing the Pokemon at the end of every video. Nobody comments the Pokemon at the end of every video.
What do we do? Are we gonna break the trend? Is that it? Is it over?
Guys, this might be the last time we say comment a Pokemon at the end of the video.
Well, what could they comment instead?
People just comment L, go to prison, you don't deserve to have a house, like things like that, like you should be homeless, like that's what they're gonna comment. They're not gonna comment our fun Pokemon at the end of the video. They did not make it to the end of the video, bro.
The faithful real ones do.
Okay.
They should be respected for doing so.
Let's see who's the real ones. Comment Miltank if you made it this far.
Yes. Correct.